Willkommen zurück zu Tales of Arise. Ich bin FioreBo und ja, wir suchen den nächsten Hudel. Ich weiß schon, wo er ist. Den laufe ich auch direkt hin. Hier Fische. In den Karpfen kriegen wir hier. Okay, cool. Haben wir eigentlich hier... Die haben wir auch noch nicht weggemacht. Ich eigentlich auch gerne mal ran. Ist da wegkloppen, vielleicht sogar. So. Luchssteinkiesel. Wir müssen da hoch. Machen wir das doch mal eben. Zack. Plus Elfen, hoch da. Zack, zack, zack. So, hier soll nämlich irgendwo ein Hudel sein. Ach, guck mal hier. Oh, noch eine von der Option, okay. Oh. Schaut, hier ist der Hudel. Ja, da sehe ich doch einen Hudel. Und ist hier eine Kiste hier. Beste der Geheimnisse. Ja, das klingt nach einer Ausrüstung für ihn hier. Oh. Cool. Oho. Lebhafte Sphäre, okay. Das ist auch wieder ein Artefakt. Schauen wir mal, ob das auch wieder ein Artefakt war. Da. Aufzeichnung mitnehmen. Eine farbenfrohe Sphäre, deren Zweck unbekannt ist. Okay. Dann würde ich aber sagen, gehen wir mal da runter. Oh. Ich wollte mir das Zeug da auch noch mitnehmen, aber gut. Ich jetzt hier lang? Nein, hier darf ich immer noch nicht lang. Schade. Hätte ich jetzt gerne gemacht. Gut, nächste Eule ist auch wieder in hier. Gefängnisturms. Hier Gefängnisturm. Ich gerade ein bisschen blöd. Büro. Ne, ich bin hier. Hier, genau. Hier weiß ich, glaube ich, wo. Gefängnisturm, genau. In dem Büro. Da müssen wir uns erstmal durchschlagen dann, ne? Machen wir es mit. Das machen wir jetzt die ganzen Eulen. Immer weiter Aufgaben. Hier los. Oh ja, ein Gespräch.
Hey Rinwell, tell me about your parents. What were they like?
They were kind. That's the part I like to remember. They could also be strict though, especially when it came to magic. I never understood why I had to work so hard to learn magic. Why we couldn't just be done with it and live openly like everyone else. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. Of course, if I'd had known that one day I'd be doing this, I would have taken my studies more seriously. What about your parents?
Same deal. Run through the mill. Told constantly that training was the only way to survive in a world like this. It got bad enough that I ended up running away and siding with the Renans of all people. And now, I've got that training to thank for being alive.
I know how that feels.
The first time we met, you risked using your magic to stop me from kicking my dad's ass. You could have done anything else. You could have ignored it. So, why?
Yeah, I guess something about Zephyr reminded me of my own father.
You don't say. So, did your pops and mine look a lot like each other?
Not really. Not at all, in fact. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a resemblance, I guess.
Wow. Well, I won't pretend I understand, but I'm glad. Your dad must have been a great guy.
He was.
Maybe it's the snow soaking up all the sound, but something about Cislodia always feels mysterious to me. Solemn, almost.
When it comes to solemnity, I'd say our own Octalina Palace is no slouch.
I won't argue with you there. Still, that azure tint of the shadows on the silvery white snow, it has a certain indescribable quality.
Indeed. It was boorish of me to even suggest such a comparison.
All I know is it's freaking cold. Still, more pleasant now that the locals aren't quite as frosty towards us.
Well, excuse me if I'm too frosty for your warm self.
Oh, come on! You know I didn't mean you. Besides, really, I'm the one who...
How about we stop getting hung up on the past for a change? Take what you've learned and put it to use in the future instead.
An unexamined past can be just as dangerous in its own right.
Better that than obsessing over it like a certain someone I know.
Kisara doesn't mince her words, does she?
I could say the same thing about one or two of the other women around here.
Tell me about it.
I think I'll refrain from commenting on this one.
Hoodle, I've got some dried fish for you. You want some?
Forget that. Doesn't some tasty red meat sound better, boy?
Hey! Stop trying to coax him away with treats. Get your own adorable sidekick if you're so desperate for one.
He appears to enjoy being the center of attention.
Funny how things change. He and Rinwell used to be joined at the hip, or shoulder to talon.
It's not just Hoodle who's become more trusting. Isn't that so, Rinwell?
They do say pets and their owners act alike. I suppose since we've been together, I've done my share of coming out of my own shell too.
Well then, I guess with you and Hoodle, that makes us all one big happy family.
Sometimes when I'm deep in thought, Hoodle will come over and sit next to me. I only wish I could actually pet him. Oh, you will someday. You won't believe how soft he is.
Wish I had that problem. I'm lucky if I can so much as look at old Featherbrain without him trying to claw me to ribbons.
Really? He seems tame enough around everyone else. Maybe it's just Hoodle's way of establishing dominance?
That's dogs, not owls.
What's going on when Hoodle pecks at you?
I don't know. Like when I'm talking to Rinwell, it's like he's trying to muscle me out or something. Unless... Wait, you don't suppose I make him jealous?
Come again?
Ow! Get off of me, you insecure fluffball!
I rather think they make a good comedic pairing.
Ja, wir dürfen weiter. Ja. Und wir müssen aber auch alle Eulen sammeln, um die 100% hier zu kriegen. Wir haben zwar die Trophäe für die Eulen schon fertig, aber wir brauchen die Eulen ja scheinbar A zum einen, die ganzen Artefakte zu kriegen, für das auch eine Errungenschaft gibt. Und zum anderen müssen wir die Nebenquests mit den Eulen abschließen. Naja, daran müssen wir auch denken.
Hey,
So.
she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit
Me?
talking and let's go.
Ja.
Ow!
Hä? Und alles Typen hier. Ah, da. Oh, eine Schachbretteule. Kaputtes Maschinengewehr. Okay.
There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
Was ist nichts riecht der I. Falsche Taste wieder. So, Artefakt. Kaputtes Maschinengewehr da. Alle Objekte mitnehmen. Dieses Gewehr wurde eingesetzt, um Horn von dem dämonenartigen Kreaturen abzuwehren und ist schwer beschädigt. Es abzufeuern ist riskant. Okay. Gut, dann suchen wir die nächste. Die scheint hier zu sein. Palast, okay. Gehen wir was mal hier hin. Zweiten Stock.
Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menancia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we visited.
Definitely. Your country is beautiful.
You do me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess technically you weren't born here either. Native or not, that doesn't change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shion's decision to revolt, the Danon uprising in Calaglia, the Crown Contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time. The fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on our own steam. It's our responsibility to see it through.
Did Law just utter a pearl of wisdom?
I do think about things, you know. Just what do you take me for exactly?
Honestly, I always sort of pegged you as a likable dolt.
What the hell makes me a dolt, you dolt?
I mean, she did say he was a likable dolt, didn't she?
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolts, anyway.
Hey, Kisara, what's your secret for putting up with Dohalim? I don't know how you managed to deal with him.
Secret? Oh, I don't think it's as difficult as all that, really.
Could have had me fooled. Anyone who waxes lyrical on the aesthetic qualities of cactus thorns is a step too far for me.
And those poetic flourishes he sneaks into regular conversation? How am I supposed to react?
He likes the sound of his own voice, that's for sure. I say let him have his fun. No need to try and understand anything he says.
Has he always been like that?
He didn't seem as on edge all the time back in Menancia. Though he was my superior back then. So who's to say what I didn't see?
The Lord of Cislodia hid in plain sight while a crony posing as him carried out all his business. What if the Lord we met in Vicente was really...
An imposter? Dohalim? Hardly. Like it or not, that's him all right. In all his flamboyant, circumloquacious glory.
I'd like to see someone try to impersonate that on a daily basis.
Come to think of it, what with being a lord and all, he's probably never had anyone to speak to on an equal basis.
It wouldn't surprise me. Having you guys around, having a family in a way, must be what's helped him change.
A little heads up on some of his eccentricities would have been nice.
It's those eccentricities that make him who he is.
Ach, so wenig wird noch gequatscht hier, okay. Gut, achso, das ist das, okay. Na, ist gut. Zweiter Stock ist das hier. Ich überlegen, wo ist denn das Wachzimmer? Ach, da vorne, okay. Ich echt nicht mehr dran erinnern. Muss ich ehrlich sagen. So, hier. Zack. Da haben wir ihn.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Okay. Uhu. Antiker Erdbagger.
Are those two discussing relics again?
Then it's a promise.
Indeed it is.
Law, what are you doing?
Huh? Oh, Kisara. It's nothing. It's just, those two are being sneaky over there. I heard something about a promise.
A promise? If it has to do with relics, then what?
Wait, you don't think they're gonna ditch us to become treasure hunters, do you?
I really doubt that.
You never know. He's pretty damn crazy for those relics of his.
Yeah, that's true.
It'd make things difficult for you if they just up and disappeared on us, right?
Yeah, that'd cause some problems.
We've got to do something to stop them.
Hey, what if we collected all of the relics ourselves?
That's it! Then they wouldn't have to go anywhere!
We might not be able to hear them talk like he can, but we can still search for them anywhere that looks likely.
Yeah, Between the two of us, I'm sure we won't miss a single one.
Speaking of which, why are you so concerned about them taking off?
Huh? Well, you see...
This is going to be so great!
Indeed. Once we're finished, we can hold it in the palace.
A Danon relic exhibition!
I'll let you serve as our exhibit guide, Rinwell.
Right! I'll study up so I can answer any question they throw at me.
And, if you could, please ensure that Hootle stays far, far away from the exhibits.
Who?
My word, this must be the work of Providence.
Prava what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit
What
of
the
an
fuck?
exaggeration, though.
Okay, dann schauen wir uns das mal ein Artefakt an. Ups. Zu den... Da, antiker Bagger. Mit... Levelmitnahme. Ein Artefakt, das vermutlich die... Ich weiß, was das ist. Jetzt sehe ich gerade, diese Artefakten, die du sammeln, die sind nicht für uns jetzt. Die sind dafür, wenn wir New Game Plus machen wollen. Wenn wir New Game Plus machen würden wir einfach alles verlieren. Was? Es sind von New Game Plus doch nicht. Hä? Okay. Wow. Toll. Freue ich mich ja drüber. So, hier müsste der letzte Eule eigentlich sein, aber es gibt davor noch eine. Die kann man euch holen, weil wir auch wohin müssen. So, da haben wir es. Dreizack. Mit dem Dreizack dürfen wir unsere Fertigkeit mitnehmen. Cool. So, jetzt müssen wir auch auf diese unbewohnte Insel, wo wir die Nachricht für bekommen haben. Dafür müssen wir aber dann wohl erstmal verborgene Werft? Fragezeichen. Schauen wir mal. Würde ich jetzt mal vermuten. Kümmern wir uns darum. So, dann haben wir ihn hier. Oh.
Everything okay there, big guy? You look kind of pissed.
I'll say. He looks like he wants to bite the head off something.
What's eating at you? Come on, Alphen. You're gonna bring us all down if you keep that ferocious scowl on.
Hmm? Oh, sorry. Do I really look that ticked off?
Yeah, it kinda makes you hard to talk to. So, what's bothering you?
It's a pebble.
A pebble?
Snuck its way into the back of my boot. I can't seem to get rid of it.
Oh, I totally get you. Weird how much it can get on your nerves, huh?
Yeah, it's barely bigger than a grain of sand. So how come it feels like I'm walking around on hot nails?
You know, maybe this is a crazy solution, but you could just take your boot off and give it a shake.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, of course. You're right. Phew. It's like I've been given a new lease on life. Thanks for the tip, Shion.
Seemed kind of obvious, but you're welcome. That's the trouble with windy places. All that fine debris ends up getting into your hair and clothes.
Alphen, is it just me, or have you become extra sensitive ever since getting your sense of pain back?
Now that you mention it, the other night at camp, there was a fly buzzing around that annoyed him so much, he unsheathed the blazing sword.
So much for sensitive. That's just being a Mr. Cranky Pants.
Nothing new on that front, then.
What's the matter, Alphen? You look a little tense.
It's nothing, really.
He wants to get angry, but knows that doing so would only prove our point. Hence the building frustration showing plainly on his face.
Would you stop analyzing things for 1 minute?
Point taken.
Hey. Was ist denn los hier? Okay, wir müssen mit ihm reden, scheinbar. Hallo. Sag Bescheid, wenn ihr nicht stellen könnt. Zum Keilfahren, unbewohnte Insel fahren. Ja, da wollen wir hinfahren. Tja, let's go. Müssen wir mal Leuten helfen.
I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zeugles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
Isn't
That all Madria's?
So this is where her ship drifted.
Then the one who wrote the letter is...
Alive, but badly wounded. I doubt many of the others have survived.
Let's survey the area.
Was, sie soll der Gegner sein? Kann ich mir nicht vorstellen. Aber cool, wir haben jetzt eine Insel zu erkunden. Aber wir wissen jetzt auch, was mit dem Schiff passiert ist. Hier sind ein paar Viecher. Die kloppen wir erstmal den. Kloppen wir weg. Zack. Zack, zack, zack. Und. Oh. Das war schon.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my
Zack, zack,
armor.
zack. Die ganze Insel nochmal neu für uns zu erkunden.
We seem to have come across something a
So,
little...
was seid ihr für Gegner?
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Angriffsbienen, okay. Boom, 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 boom. Oh. Da bist du in die falsche Richtung unterwegs. Oh, da haben wir mehr Wald jetzt? Oder nicht das noch? Kann das sein? Oh, schade. Das ist auf jeden Fall stark geworden, würde ich mal
Am I
behaupten.
on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Was ich machen? Oh, und dann taucht hier noch so ein
I
Typ
think the
auf.
animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
So, gegen euch kämpfen. Gegen euch.
No choice.
Boom. Das hat nicht geholfen.
We're cleaning house.
Oh.
Let me take the rest of them.
Wow, are those arms even natural?
You made quick
So.
work of them.
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just
Oh.
pointing it out.
As impressive as always.
Wir sind schon durch, Leute.
Wow. Look what I just found.
So, haben wir noch was? Ich habe ja Glück und wir kriegen ja hier auf der Insel zeigt, was wir brauchen können für unsere
Judging by the stench,
Sachen.
I'd say
Ja,
the
was
animals-
geht? Ist was Neues für mich? Die ganze Menge habe ich ja jetzt verkauft gehabt. Gut. Anscheinend nicht. Bahnhof können wir machen, genau. Zack. Zack. Eigentlich müssen wir noch einen Platz kriegen, finde ich. Ups, dürfen wir eine Waffe herstellen? Nee, haben wir auch nichts dafür gefunden, also wahrscheinlich doch nicht auf dieser Insel. Gut, wir könnten aber hier mal hingehen. Jawohl. Wir wollen uns ausruhen.
This is such a beautiful island.
Yet it's just as full of Zeugles as everywhere
Wir haben
else.
sogar
on
in
Gamma.
dem,
The fact they're up
jetzt
here
Quatscherei,
suggests people must have come
also
here
nicht
in
den
the
Dialog,
past.
sondern unten
The
rechts.
reason they're gone is simple.
Hey,
The
hey.
Renans put all of the Danans to work on the crown contest after they conquered the planet.
So there would have been nobody left to enjoy the view here after the Great Conquest. Once this whole thing is over, we'll have to all come back here together so we can appreciate it. Did I say something weird?
No, I was just impressed you came up with such a good idea for once.
I love how much amazing food we get to eat even when we're out on the road.
Me too, especially compared to what I used to have when I was still a slave. This is paradise.
It's amazing what good food can do to keep your hopes up. Nagal used to say all the time that the power of food is subtle, yet profound.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? For whatever reason, I find I don't worry nearly as much when I've got a full stomach helping me out.
That's why you shouldn't be such a picky eater.
Huh?
She's right. You always leave food that you don't like on your plate when you're done.
Come on, what's the big deal?
Back in the day, I couldn't think about leaving any food. It was such a waste not to eat at all. You needed every last scrap of energy.
Exactly. Even when my brother and I didn't have much to eat, we all did what we could to make it taste good and enjoy what we had.
That definitely explains a lot about why you cook the way you do, Kisara.
Dohalim, I bet you don't know what any of that's like. You must be used to food being handed to you on a silver platter.
Sometimes it was gold.
You didn't shy away from that at all.
Although, there was one experience that does come to mind.
Oh?
When I first learned that the food I ate originally came from animals and fish, I was rather taken aback.
You just ate whatever was in front of you without even thinking about it?
That's a silver spoon elite for you.
Your cooking has really improved, Xion.
It's because of you that I understand what makes it so fun. I'm glad everyone seems to enjoy what I make too.
I've noticed a disturbing trend that after it's your turn to cook, our ingredients tend to run really low. What's up with that?
That is a good point, Law. There's a weird difference between the amount of ingredients she prepares and how much food actually gets served. Curious. Very curious indeed.
I don't know. Isn't it pretty normal for veggies to shrink a little when you fry them up?
Or maybe she eats all the bad batches herself so we won't notice.
Come on, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Then how would you explain the difference?
Ahem. I have a theory that I wish to propose.
What is it?
As we all know, Xion here can have quite the appetite. I imagine she often taste tests her own food as she prepares it. By my eye, it would appear that her footprints are leaving deeper impressions as of late. Far be it from me to level such an accusation, but the facts lead me to conclude that...
She's been snacking while she cooks.
And yet, she still looks so slender in her clothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of envious, actually.
Wait a sec, are you guys trying to say she's...
I'm what?
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Xion, about that fight just now.
Sorry about that. I was careless.
I didn't come to criticize you. Just please take better care of yourself.
You don't need to worry about me. In case you forgot, I can't exactly die anyway. It's like how you used to not care about getting beat up because you couldn't feel pain, and then I was the one to patch you up. It's the same thing.
You're right. That is how I used to be. But this isn't the same.
Then what do you mean? How is what's happening now different from what happened then?
It's different now.
Look, if you mean because you can feel pain again,
It's because I don't want to see you getting hurt. You're right. When I couldn't feel any pain, I put myself in all sorts of dangerous situations. I didn't listen to anybody's warnings, and I made a lot of people worried for no good reason. It was foolish. This isn't about you and me being able to take pain. I don't want to have to see you get hurt, Xion. It's too much for me to take. Is that a crazy thing to say?
No, it isn't. And I definitely don't like seeing you get hurt either, Alphen. We can't expect our enemies to show us any mercy. But I will do my best not to throw myself in harm's way out there either. How does that sound?
I'm sorry if I sounded harsh earlier. I didn't mean to. I just really want you to take better care of yourself.
I will. At least, for as long as I can.
Oh, wir haben die Gespräche durch. Ja, wenn ich jetzt auf die Erinnerungen klicke. Und dann neue? Was? Landung auf Längenegis haben wir hier noch. Dann haben wir da noch was. 2 Stück. Wenn es nicht nur 2 sind, könnten wir uns die auch noch anhören, finde ich. Ich dachte, wir würden uns jetzt hier deutlich mehr spoilern. Deswegen. Lass uns die anhören.
What do you know? Another big fire monster with nothing better to do than get in our way.
Hab ich das nicht
I
schon gehört?
wonder where the rest of those lights ended up landing. It looked like they were pretty scattered.
Well, whatever they're after, let's just hope none of them are anywhere near a city. An ambush on
Ja,
civilians.
den haben wir uns schon angehört.
Against. Besides,
Den
Yeah,
haben wir uns schon angehört gehabt.
thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
for such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worry word at times.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Would you...
Das haben wir auch schon gesehen.
So how...
I couldn't...
There's Zoo.
Oh. Okay, komisch. Und eine Menge Filme. So, wir machen Kochen. Wir kochen! Gegrillte Schweinekohl. Klingt lecker. Würstchen aber auch neu. Wird den Angriff machen mit den Würstchen. Mit Alfen.
That came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised. Shion, could we talk a moment?
I thought you had something to talk about. I was waiting on you.
Not really. Why? Should I leave you alone when I don't?
No, it's fine.
We used to really have to force these conversations when we started talking to each other, didn't we?
To say the least. Hey.
What is it?
Do you think you'd like to make something together?
Make what exactly?
Just if you wanna make dinner together. What did you think I meant?
Huh? Dinner? Oh, dinner, yes. Yes, of course. Dinner. Right.
What did you think I was talking about?
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what did you have in mind?
Well, do you recognize these ingredients?
This is... Wait, is this?
So you remember? That's right. We're going to fix the very first meal we ever had together. Although I remember it not being well received when we had it.
You still remember that, huh? I'm sorry, Shion.
I'm just teasing you, Alphen. I picked this recipe because it's easy to make, and I thought it would be a good choice for dinner, too. Anyway, let's get to work. With both of us making it, we should be finished in no time.
I never thought we'd end up eating alone like this again. Just the two of us.
Yeah. So much has changed when you look back on it. Well, I guess maybe not what we're eating, but still.
No, I'd say even that's changed too, in a sense. Our meals are a whole lot better now.
True. We've both come quite a long way in the culinary arts.
That's not exactly what I mean. How do I put it? It feels like eating together is a lot more enjoyable than it used to be.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Even after our battles are done, when Dana is saved and our mission is finished, we'll probably still be sitting down to dinner like this, night after night.
Yep, I doubt that much will change. You've always got to eat at some point.
I hope our dinners will always feel like this.
Maybe not exactly like this. Hopefully we won't still be camping out.
Oh, no, not at all. I meant in a nice, warm house. One with a roof over our heads and a proper fireplace, instead of an open campfire.
And real chairs instead of these logs. Nice plates and silverware on a big dining table. Oh, and a proper kitchen. That'd be nice too.
And when it's time to fix dinner, we'll be in that kitchen.
Standing side by side.
Whoops. Looks like we made too much. I don't think we'll be able to finish all this.
Yeah, you're right. I'll see if anybody else is still awake. I'd really hate to have to throw it away.
Side by side, huh?
Ja, so romantisch. Oh, Verpflegung, ja. Knüpfe ein starkes Band mit Shion und erinnere dich an viele gemeinsame Mahlzeiten. Oh, einmal die Errungenschaft mit Shion bekommen. Cool. Wir haben echt immer sie genommen, ne? Heißt, wir müssen miteinander noch extrem viel kochen. Oh, Shion. Explosiver Ansturm.
Did you get enough sleep?
Das ist eine Fähigkeit gewesen, ne? Explosiver Ansturm. Cool. Gut, damit sagen wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. Machen wir die Insel weiter. Haut rein. Ciao, ciao.